Welcome back to episode number 31 of our Tranmere Rovers Road to Glory career mode. Now, in the last episode, we heard from the board and their plans of building a 25,000 capacity stadium, and work is already started for that stadium to be in place by 2030, and the promise to remain competitive in that time. And that is what we're looking to do here, just under £6.5 million in our budget. We're still looking to bring in a few players. We do know some of those funds have come from, selling players like Ian Robertson. We have also sold a couple of other players like Sam Taylor have also left us. But some of the positions that we're looking to strengthen before the end of the transfer window, and I'm looking at bringing in a new centre-back. At the moment, we're a little bit short there. We're also short in the full-back area. The only out-and-out left-back that we have got right now is Stewart. And Musanda's position have been now changed to a left winger. He's improved from 66 rated to 68 rated. We're looking to cash in on him though, and I don't think we need his services for this season. We're looking to bring in possibly a centre attacking midfielder and a wide player as well. It would be nice to kill two birds with one stone, really. If we can bring in a fullback that's capable of playing as a centre-back, or a centre-back that's capable of playing as a fullback, you know what I mean? If we can do one of those deals, it will be much better for us. That means we don't have to bring in two players to do that job. One might just be enough. But in the meantime, we've got games against Millwall in the Carabao Cup to begin today's episode. We've got Norwich, Leicester, Leicester City. I'm sure they're going to be going into this game looking for a revenge against us. We stopped them from getting automatic promotion in the final game of last season. We've also got Cardiff, Bolton Wanderers, and potentially one or two games as well. What we will do though very quickly is go straight into our first game of today's episode, and that's away from home against Millwall. Come on, the Rovers. As good as we were last season, finishing mid-table, which was a bit of a surprise to everyone. On the pitch, I thought we were quite good, but off the pitch, there were a couple of decisions that I made that, looking back to it, not regret, but looking back to it, maybe we should have made better decisions. One of them was Malcolm Adamson, who starts this game off front. The loan move to Queen's Park Rangers was pointless, man. I mean, he spent about 3 or 4 months at Queen's Park Rangers. I don't think he played a game for them. Emaku have skipped us Cameron Norman there so easy. Oh, but the right back, now 10 centre back, but playing in the right back position, uses all of his experience to win possession back for us, only to give it straight back to Millwall. And Longstaff almost putting the home team in front here. I think it took a deflection of Kumetio. Luckily for us, that was goal bound. Humphreys deals with the corner. The shot's blocked by Goodwin. He could set us off here. It's a good ball to Webster. Good little pass inside to Parkin. Just put it in front of Odua. Surely he's got the pace to put us 1-0 here. Sanchez recovers. He's not blessed with that blistering pace. Easy. Emeka Odua. He goes inside to Parkin. Parkin plays in Mary. Get in, Mary. And that is the first one. We want to try and have a cup run this season. It's difficult, though, to do so. Because, yes, you can get League 2, League 1 or Championship teams in the first round. But as soon as you go past the first round, you start getting Premier League teams. In our case, it's been Arsenal in the last couple of seasons. It's so difficult playing the Premier League teams on the cup and expecting to have a cup run. But good start here to this game. Yeah, the other decision we made that I think, looking back to it, it might have been made. We might have made better decision. Was Michael Buckley, the young goalkeeper, who had a fantastic game, if you remember. Humphreys, excellent defending there. The player on loan last season, he's back, 67 rated. I've got a feeling he's gonna play a big part. He's gonna play a big part to our season. The touch wasn't quite good. From Adamson. Talking about Adamson, I feel like he's going to have a big season for us this season as a rotation striker, of course. I mean, Michael Buckley, we should never have sent him out on loan. He was 64 rated. He only came back 66 rated goalkeeper. That's a good ball to Adamson, who has made the run from out wide. Adamson with his left foot. He scores goals. He's one of the most clinical players that we have in the team. If you give him the chances, he will score goals. That is clear. He's a good finisher, which is one of the reasons that I did regret sending him out on. Okay, not regret. I've said that word again. That maybe we should have made the right decision not sending him out on loan last season. On defending to do here. Denori out wide to Aziz, who has had more of a quiet game from the two Millwall wingers. Emek, who has been the one that have been the threat for Millwall from the left-hand side. Condell still going. Condell hits it. McGee with a big save there. 68 minutes, 2-0 up. We can hang on here for a corner to defend. Substitutions before that. You have got Mulligan replacing Webster, and you've also got Henry replacing Callum Parkin, who got the assist for the first goal. He's such a good little player. He's 6'2". Callum Parkin is not little by any chance. But the centre back there for Millwall goes off. He wins the header, but it's narrowly off target. And that's it. 2-0 victory for us. Goes from I can't even remember who scored the goals, but goals from, I believe, Mary, the first one, and of course, Malcolm Adamson. Defensively, it was a solid performance from us. Humphreys, for me, was the man of the match for this game. He played, he got some vital interception, made some good blocks, but good 2-0 victory here. And we've got another departure here is Lubambo Musonda, who we signed last season. He had a good season for us, but I think it's the right time to cash in on him. Converting him from a left back to a left winger, of course, his overall increased, and it means we're selling him for more money here. We're actually doubling how much we signed him for. We signed him for 450k, and he's been sold to Preston North End for 950k. Good luck to him at Preston. I still think one of the issues with this team right now, okay, maybe issue is the wrong word, but one of the things that we have to improve on is, as a team, we have to have that one idea, one philosophy. It doesn't matter who we play, and it doesn't matter which team we play. We want to play exactly the same way. But at the moment, I'll give you a good example. In that number 10 position, for example, I've got Webster as our starter, and we've got Cameron, who is the backup to Webster. When we play with Webster, we build up more from the back and allow Webster to get him behind Koning. But when we start with Cameron, he doesn't have that pace to get him behind Koning. We have to go long to Cameron to build up from there. So it's completely different. Another good example is Kumetio needs a rest for the next game, for example. We don't have another left-footed centre-back, which is one of the areas we will try and improve in this transfer window. But Reece Williams has to start. Although really good at what he does, it's not left-footed. It makes it difficult to build to the left-hand side. Little details like this, makes a difference. If you go out wide to the left-hand side, we've got Kerr Gibb, but when we need to rotate him, we don't have another left-footed attacking player. So it's that balance to the team. It's that playing the same way. It doesn't matter who we play against. It doesn't matter which team we put out there. We want to try and play exactly the same way. One of the comments from the previous videos did say that I haven't really talked about the tactics, which, to be honest, I didn't think anyone would have been interested in the tactics that we play. But it's pretty much 4-3-3 formation. We've got two centre midfielders, no defensive midfielder in this team. We attack together and we defend together. Counter-attacking team at the moment, although we still try to keep more of the ball, especially this season. I'm a little bit more conscious to try and keep more of the ball. We've got a complete forward in Kone. I mean, his movement in his movement behind the defense is probably one of the best strikers that I've used at this level. You've got our two wide players. They're more inverted forward, and it's quite balanced as well because sometimes I want them to stay out wide, but most of the time I want them to be inverted. We've got our normal back four with the full back set as balance, and I don't want them to be going forward all the time. Certain games, I tend to use Arthur Stewart, the left back, as more inverted. So he comes inside to give us that added bordering midfield, especially making that underlapping run. He's quite good at it, making the underlapping run. So certain games, I like to do that. But in terms of O'Connor, certain games, I'll have him just bombing up, just continue running up and down on that right-hand side. I'll change his role to more attacking. But our next game is Norwich. You would say Norwich, they're a better team than us. We lost to them 3-0 last season. So we've got to be a little bit cautious going into that game in terms of keeping our shape, keeping our balance. I do tend to change the system, and especially how we want to defend from games to games. But how we want to play in midfield and attack, I like to keep that a little bit consistent. And right now, not having the right players to be able to do that sometimes can be an issue. But let's go into the next one then against Norwich. Thinking about a couple of games that we had against Norwich last season, they played the tiki-taka style, they keep hold of the ball a lot, which is frustrating. It just means if they score the first goal, you are in for a long game if you concede the first goal against them. They don't have Ante Chernak, who scored a hat-trick against us last season in that 3-0 victory. He's on the bench for them. They've gone for Abao up front instead, which is a little bit of an interesting decision from Norwich. I mean, we did win the first leg against them last season. The first game against them, we won. It was a 1-0 victory. Even that game, we were absolutely dominated. Look at the space here for the number 19, Abao. For Norwich, you'd expect your defenders to sort of squeeze and don't allow the attacking players that much space in midfield, especially when your midfielders have committed forward. That's a good pass, good cross rather, to Jurasek on the far right-hand side, and it's a big save from our big number 9, 6'9" Bergstrom. Like I said, he will have a really good season for us. I thought that was in the back of the net. Must have been really close. I think the goalkeeper had it covered there. Out wide to Jurasek, who's had great opportunity earlier on in this game. How is he onside there about his pace? Is causing one or two issues in this game. Nunes reverse. Oh my God, Gibb. How is that not gone in? Oh my God, how is that not gone in? We're really struggling in this game. He's offside. Big tackle, but he's offside there. Narrowly offside, but offside. He's offside. It was so close, but good decision at the end. It's a good ball there from Arthur Stewart. First time to Richard Kone, who lays it off. Trying to do too much there. Trying to do way too much. We can't give. We know he's got the quality on the ball, but maybe sometimes we just need to get him to trust all the players on the pitch. Good block there from Humphreys. Humphreys with the tackles again. He had an impressive game against Millwall, and he's been by far our best player in this game. It's been all Norwich City in the opening 33 minutes or so in this game. And that was a poor shot, though. There should have at least been 1-0 up here. So far in that first half, Norwich has forced the goalkeeper into one or two decent saves. They, of course, hit the bar as well. Or hit the post, rather. Big chance from Abao. He finds the bottom right-hand corner. But I think the celebration is a little bit premature there, as the linesman flags goes up on the far side. He's offside, and the goal will be disallowed. Substitution as well. Yes, Gabe. Driving forward. If you allow him a bit of space like this, we know what he can do, right? Especially on that right foot of his. Lauritsen to Henry. Henry's done well to get away from his man. He plays in Lauritsen. Lauritsen goes for it. It took a little bit of a deflection, but it doesn't matter. It's been all Norwich in this game. The first opportunity we get, pretty much the first opportunity, we convert from it. That's his first goal of the season as well. I said when we signed him, Lauritsen, that he could be our most important signing this season. He took a huge deflection there, didn't he? Which is just a wrong foot of the goalkeeper, but we will take it. Come on, we've got literally a couple of minutes to hang on. Abao goes for it. Late tackle there, which if that has been called for a penalty, I don't think we would have had too much to complain. But one final substitution there. Slimane, I believe a centre midfielder coming on here. Corner to the fan. I'm so nervous right now. We deal with the first one. Bergstrom comes out with the big frames of his, and he collects that one, takes the pressure out of the defenders. It's a 1-0 victory for us. We are unbeaten this season, and that's 2 winning 2 in the championship for us. What a start 6 points from our opening 2 games, I would have absolutely snatched your fingers for that. Now, I don't think there's any team that would want to beat us more this season than Leicester City, but it's purely just because we won that final game against them last season that stopped them getting automatic promotion back to the Premier League. And of course, they went on to lose in the playoffs and semi-finals, I believe, and they have remained in the Championship. Maybe Everton would want to beat us more this season, considering it's a Merseyside derby. But other than that, I don't think there is any other team that would want to beat us more than Leicester City this season. We're still unbeaten, we know that. 3 games into the new season, one of them being against Millwall in the Carabao Cup, and we have won all 3 games. Goodwin starts in that number 10 position. He's a right back, but he is left-footed. If we can bring in a right back this season, I'm happy to send him out on loan, and maybe he could be the other player that we sell next season to be able to fund our second installment for the loan for our new stadium. He's 69 rated, and I believe he's an exciting prospect. I like playing players in their correct positions if I can, but Goodwin being a right back and left-footed, don't get me wrong, I think he'll be a decent player at left back for us, but you know how much we like Arthur Stewart in this team. A player that I think potentially can go on to become our captain in the next 2 to 3 seasons, Arthur Stewart, and we do not want to be replacing him in that position. We want to bring in a more experienced left back, but just so we can carry on giving Arthur Stewart more game time. Come on, the Rovers. If you compare Arthur Stewart and Joseph Goodwin, Goodwin have got the potential tag, exciting prospect. He's also 69 rated, better than Stewart at the moment. However, Arthur Stewart just feels much better in game, and for me, that is the most important thing. I don't pay too much attention to potential. I don't pay too much attention to players overall. It is what they do on the pitch, how they feel on the pitch. If they're good enough for me, I don't really care about their potential. And that is the reason why if we can get Goodwin on loan, and again, the installment part of it makes this decision as well, because with Goodwin, good start here from Leicester. With Goodwin, he will get better and we can sell him for more money. I mean, there's a couple of players in this team that I think could go on to the future captains for us. Arthur Stewart is one of them. That man on the ball, Charlie Webster, look at this. Look at that run from him. This is something we don't get from Enes Cameron when he plays in that number 10 position. The defender, though, recovers. It's an early corner here. Kim is the man that I've been tasked with. It's going to go short here, not putting the cross in the box just yet. From this angle, though, he can be much better sometimes. Interception there from Leicester. I mean, on paper, Leicester are clearly better than us. But the last 2 games we've played against them, we've picked up 4 points against them. This is our 3rd game against Leicester, and I'm quite confident. And it's one of those. There are a few teams in when you play career mode that you realize it doesn't matter how good they are. You just have their numbers. It just feels like you're gonna beat them when you play against them. And for us, Leicester City is just that team. And Mecca Odua at the right place there. Excellent pass. I believe that was from Charlie Webster. That is a lovely finish as well. His finishing was a little bit of a weakness when we first signed him, but it's getting better. It's just getting better and better, Odua. He scored against Leicester in the last game of last season, coming off the bench to score the final goal in that game. If I'm wrong, I'm clearly wrong, because thinking about it, Richard Kone, who has struggled for goals this season, he got himself a hat-trick in that game against Leicester. I was thinking about a different game. It was Richard Kone who scored the hat-trick against Leicester. He's struggled for goals this season, Kone, but it's only the start of the new season. We can put that on, going on holiday, coming back. It's not quite got into the rhythm yet, but I know the goals will come for him. The goals will certainly come for him. You cannot score 26 goals last season and top scorer in the division, and all of a sudden you become a bad player. You can't score goals anymore. Norman has gone sleeping there. It's a big chance there from El Canoes, I believe, on the left-hand side. And it's a big save from Beckstrom on the near post as well. He's been a good signing for us, Can't believe we picked him up on a free as well. Got substitutions of our own here. Mulligan and Leo Connor here coming on to replace Charlie Webster in that number 10 position. And of course, Cameron Norman, who has gone sleeping. Defensively, it's been a little bit of a liability this season, which is a surprise because it was one of our better defenders last season, Cameron Norman, as Bergstrom makes another big save here. We go long. Kone is going to win the header to Parkin. Parkin finds Oduor. Oduor finds Richard Kone. Oh, big tackle. Gonna have to put the pressure. Squeeze. He wins possession back here. This could be it. Oh, I'm doing a little bit too much with him. Clearly, trying to get him to get that first goal of the season. That's it. It's a 1-0 victory for us away from home at the King Power Stadium. I did say, it doesn't matter how good some of these teams are in paper. In career modes, you have those teams where it just feels like you will get the better of them every single time. And for us in this save, it's been Leicester City and Watford, the other team, where we just seem to get positive results against them. We dare not think about it at the moment. I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it. But with 3 wins from 3 in the league this season, could automatic promotion or finishing in the playoffs be on the cards for us? Still early days though. Wolves have started the season quite well. So it's Plymouth Argyle, who have just been promoted from League One back to the Championship from last season. They've had a good start to the season as well. Bottom of the league, early stages, Norwich have lost their opening 3 games this season. So it's Cardiff City, Millwall, the other team that was promoted from League One back to the Championship, have picked up 1 point from their opening 3 games. But what we're going to do very quickly is go ahead and bring in 1 or 2 signings whilst we're waiting for our final scout report for the rest of the other positions that we're looking to strengthen. But at the moment, £7.4 million in our budgets. So last season, we brought in a certain player, Lubambo Musonda. He wasn't the most high profile, or he wasn't a big name signing or anything. 32 years of age, unknown left back. He went on to make a good impact for us. He did miss 3 months of the season with a broken toe, but he certainly made big impact for us. 450k we signed him for, and we went on to sell him to Preston North End at the age of 33, making profits, doubling his price actually, because we sold him for about 950k to Preston. Now I'm looking to do something similar here. We need someone who can play as a left back and possibly as a left-sided centre back as well. That's one of the areas that we need to improve, especially when we want to rest Kumetio. I've got a few options here that I think can do that job. I've got Gianluca Fabrota, who is a free agent. Although we've brought in a goalkeeper this season as a free agent, I'm leaning towards not going for a free agent signing again. We have got Jamailu Collins, who plays for Cardiff, is 6 foot, 33 years of age. I think we can get this deal for somewhere around 500 to 600k, and he should be about 67 rated or so. He will do a job for us at left back and also left centre back. We've got Harry Pickering, who I believe might just be on the expensive ends of things if we do decide to go for Pickering. Although, again, I think he can do a job as a left back and also as a left centre back. He's one of the players that I've used in the past. Recommended by the scouts, of course, but we did a Blackburn Rovers career mode. I do know he can play as a centre back if needs be. We've also got Hassani Kamara here, who is the only one that's an out-and-out left back, really. If we do go for him, 72 rated, and we're talking about signing him for about 840k, which I really need a player that's also capable of playing as a centre back. Otherwise, he looks really, really good. I think we're going to stick with here Jamailu Collins. I think we can get him for the cheap. I honestly do think the fact that he's 33 years of age, we could get away with about 500k here. So whilst I think we can get him for about 500k, at the same time, there is a possibility that Cardiff City might just find this disrespectful and walk away. Okay, 530k. Let's go for 500k again. You know what? We could go lower here and add a little bit of a sell-on clause, but let's go for the 500k. 520k. I'm gonna be petty and go for 500k one more time. If they don't accept that, I'll pay the 520k. No, that's fine. Let's get the deal sorted for 520k here. And here we go. Jamilu Collins becomes our third signing of the season. He joins the likes of Bergstrom, who we signed on a free, and of course, Lauritsen, our record signing. I think again, this would be one of those, one of those signings that no one knows too much about, but given those stats that we saw, I think he'll be a superb left back for us. And fingers crossed, when he has to play as a centre back, it's not going to be too much of a deep. I think it should be about 67 rated, which for 520k, 67 rated, that is a fantastic deal in my opinion. But let's take a look here. We ended up giving him 10.5k in wages, which was a little bit too much that I was willing to go up to. But it is what it is. With the fact that we're getting him for 520k, makes up for it a little bit. He's 69 rated. Now, that's much better than I thought. And one of his positions is, so he can play as a right back, he can play as a centre back, and I'm sure he can play as a left back as well. And he will remain 69 rated. Now, that is a really good signing for us. So far, we have brought in a goalkeeper, a left-sided defender. We've brought in a centre midfielder as well. We need more left-footers in the team. We need a player who can play in that number 10 position, that is left-footed and potentially can play out wide as well if we need him to. If we need to rest Kharkiv, I think Ayman Benarus could be that guy for us. He's quick, okay. He's not the strongest player. He's not got the best stamina. But one of the good things about this deal, recommended by the scouts again, we can actually get a loan deal for him from Bristol City, which would be an amazing business for us. Approach to loan, we can get him on a season-long loan. Probably will end up paying half of his wages, which is not bad at all. But a basic loan just for the season. If he does well for us, who knows? We could make the signing permanent next season. But for now, let's see if they would allow us to pay 40% of his wages. 80%. That is too much. Let's go 50-50. Let's pay 50% of his wages. I don't mind paying 60%. I've got a feeling they will walk away from this deal. I've got a feeling they'll walk away from this deal. Let's go 60%. Should be able to get it done. Yes, no problem. They're happy to split 60-40 with us with his wages. And that will be our fourth signing of the season if he agrees to join us. One of the good things about that Benarus's deal, if we can get it done, is not only can he play as a number 10, potentially he could play out wide from the right-hand side, and it gives us that option to play Charlie Webster in the centre midfield position. Say we're chasing for a game, we know Webster is a threat from midfield, goal scoring wise. We can potentially have two players in midfield who can score goals for us if we're chasing games. And as well, if we need to rotate Webster in that number 10 position, we will have a player who can do that job for us. But it's Norwich City, the second time we're facing them in today's episode. This time though, in the Carabao Cup. Let's get into this one. In our first season, we did not pay much attention to the cup competitions. The focus was getting promoted to League One. In season number 2, we also did not pay attention to the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, but we thought we could win the BSN trophy, which we went on to win. That was the only cup competition that I felt like we needed to pay more attention to, purely because, we were playing League 2, League 1 teams that were in and around our level. So we thought it was pointless trying to go for a cup run in the Carabao Cup or FA Cup, given the amount of games we have to play. But over the last 2 seasons, Adamson here on that left foot, he goes for it. It's off target. But over the last 2 seasons, that is last season and this one, Collins making his debut, as we know, in that left centre back position. But last season and this season, I have been trying to have a cup run if we can. It's a championship team here, Norwich, which we can take positive from. Good defending there at the end. It's a corner. Mulligan is going to swing this one straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. But yeah, I think this is a game we can win. Yes, Norwich are better than us on paper, but we've already won against them in today's episode. It'll be difficult to win against them twice in quick succession, given the fact that we've only just played them. Here's Chernak on the far post. Is Miles, and Miles have just played it back to the position that the goalkeeper was just coming from. It's a good little counter-attack here for Norwich, and they get the first goal of the game. It's so disappointing, when you concede counter-attacking goal. I can't complain because in the course of a season, we score about 5 of them, I would say, especially from corners when he falls to our players. Oh, Collins there, composed. He finds Mary. Mary's got space to run into. Out wide, Mary plays in Adamson. Adamson goes inside, back to Mary. Mary's been the architect so far. He's been the one dictating the play. It's Enes Cameron who puts us level here. He struggled to score goals last season, but what a finish. I think the only goal he scored last season, Cameron, was in the FA Cup. He did not score in the league all season. And that took him up to the second half of the season for him to get that goal. It's positive for us, the fact that he's scored in the first half of the season here in our second game in the cup. And if that's not a yellow card, I don't know what's a yellow card anymore. How is that not a card? How is that not a card offense? But anyway, Gibb coming on. So is Regan Henry replacing Cameron in that number 10 position as well. Can we get a goal? It's Collins out wide to Stewart, who is knackered at the moment, but it's 88 minutes. He can manage for the 90 minutes. Oh, possession gave away. Oh, the counter press. Gibb. He's just come off the bench. His first goal of the game. Possession gave away. The counter press to win it back immediately. Gibb on his left foot. He was never going to miss from there through the legs of the goalkeeper, I believe. And we have got the winner here. It's not so often that we turn a game around from 1-0 down, especially against a decent side like Norwich City. It's not very often that we do that. And we will progress to the third round of the Carabao Cup. Could it be the season that we go on to have a cup run? The performance in the second half I felt was much better. Our fourth signing of the season joins us, a centre attacking midfielder on loan from Bristol City, Ayman Benarous. I do like the look of the signing. I think it's going to be one of those. Jordan Clark was fantastic for us last season on loan from Luton Town. If he has any sort of impact of Jordan Clark, is much younger. He gets the number 15 shirt, but we get a centre attacking midfielder who would provide cover for Charlie Webster in that number 10 position, provide cover out wide as well on the left and the right hand side. It's a loan signing until the end of the season. We will be paying 60% of his contract, and if it works out, we could well go on to sign him permanently next season, but it looks like he's predominantly a centre attacking midfielder. Okay, not too bad when it's got to play out wide. 69 rated, good squad player. Let's go. And straight into the final game of today's episode at home at Prenton Park to Cardiff City, looking to make it 4 wins from 4 in the opening season. What a start. It's 3 from 3 so far. Cardiff City, on the other hand now, have lost all 3 games this season. On paper, we are the favourites going into this game. There is Richard Kone, a player who struggled to make an impact this season. Not just the goals, his overall play haven't been the best. But like I said, we could put that down to Holiday. He's still finding his fitness. As a striker, though, I feel like you need that lucky moment, that rebound, deflection, just one of those lucky moments to get your first goal, and hopefully the confidence will be back. Like I said before, you don't score 26 goals and top scorer in a division, and you're still in the same division, and you become a bad player the next season. It doesn't happen. Oh, it's straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. I'm confident he will score goals for us. Oh no, huge mistake from the Cardiff City goalkeeper. And Richard Kone punishes him. He's not lost the goal scoring. The finishing ability is definitely not lost that. It's just a case where we haven't been able to find him in the right positions this season. And maybe that is the first of many. As a striker, man, sometimes that is all you need. That one lucky moment to end our goal drought, and who knows what will go on to happen. Are we expecting under 20 plus goals for him this season? Oh my god, what a pass. What a pass that is. 79 minutes into the game. I did say, if you give some of these Cardiff players chances, they will punish you. Such a lovely pass that was. It's a 1-1 draw. I can't get my mind off that assist, That is one of the The best assist that we have seen in this save so far. I cannot believe he pulled that one off. But it's a 1-1 draw, and that is our win run coming to an end. It just be one of the most competitive starts of the season ever. But Everton leads the way there on 10 points. Wolves in second place. We are, of course, third place. The top three all on 10 points at the moment. But look at that. All the way to the top 11, only 3 points, separating the top of the league and 11th place, Derby County. Bottom of the league, though, after 3 games played. It's Millwall, 1 point for them. Norwich City have picked up their first point, and so is Cardiff City. And unfortunately, that came against us. Queen's Park Rangers struggling as well. To be fair, they did exactly the same, Queen's Park Rangers last season, but as the season progresses, they stepped it up to finish mid-table just behind us. But anyway, smash a like on the video if you have enjoyed this one. In the next episode, we will complete the transfer deadline day. Maybe one more player added to the squad, but I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.